I've always heard much about Wuzhen Theater Festival. How it's dreamy yet full of energy. How it's young yet gleaming with sparkling thoughts. Here, you get to journey into the creative minds of contemporary theater. And for the past week, I've come here to find out what theater is through the lens of burgeoning talents and young artists. On a drizzling morning, I met with director Yang Ting, one of the many established theater talents, to find out more about her play, Still Barking. The story of an elderly mother whose life is under surveillance by her supposedly caring children. Why was this subject the focal point for this young playwright?
I was equally curious. Her grandparents lived by themselves in an old apartment in southern China, and her parents wanted to be able to check in on them anytime, anywhere. Thus, they installed the cameras. She drew her inspirations from this. To be honest, I was quite fascinated by the depth of this piece of work. Through the perspective of a surveillance camera, she digs deep into the loneliness and anxiety experienced by some elderly people in modern times.
Drawing from his experience working in one of China's giant tech companies, Shenzhen-based director and playwright Wang Haoran presents Gameboy, a story that alternates between the real and virtual world of a coding engineer. For Wang, theater is all about the present.
The most charming thing in theater is you make your own play and it's happen in your true life. And I have to be responsible for those things I create. I have to be loyal to myself. I want to focus on now. I don't want to talk about history or this or that because there are too many things, too many problems, too many issues we need to talk, need to show, need to put it on table.
While the first two directors explore how technology and the digital world reshape our day-to-day experiences, the next director then zooms in on the highs and lows of the merry life of the millennials. He Qi, director of The Cat, tells me that the laid-back lifestyle here in Wuzhen serves as a stark contrast to the city life featured in her story.
Many people who come here for the festival are young people and city dwellers. For example, in Beijing, my theater experience is always rushed. It takes an hour to get to the theater from most places, and by the time the show starts, I'm totally exhausted. But perhaps this diversely different setting here, which offers some serenity, enables us to look at our city life from another perspective. So even though we're removed from our urban setting, we can better experience the problems this young married couple experience in their day-to-day life.
The quiet canal and the age-old wooden houses along the riverbank lend an air of tranquility to Wuzhen. But Zhan Li, director and choreographer of the film, has brought rage to the streamy water town, where she visualizes the emotions of anger into various dance movements.
So how do you communicate these visions that you see for your work to your dancers?
I will let them draw. Sometimes we have all different kind of ways. In this piece film, I actually asked them to draw a figure of their anger. I say, tell me what your anger looks like. So they would think about something like very abstractive to a very specific figure. Now then, it's very interesting. Some of them just paint the whole picture black. And some
very
of them,
dark.
Yeah, yeah, and then some of them draw a lot of lightings, so you can actually use them as your movement. Like I remember one of the dancers said, when I feel angry, I always bite my teeth. I always do this. I always bite my teeth. So we do have a movement like this. So it's like a teeth, a jaw,
right.
and then
Clenching.
And it's also like a animal.
Right.
Then we have some very specific movement with some abstract movement. So we combine them together, so that we made a dance phrase. So something come up with that.
That was really cool how you did that. I guess mine would be scribble. Zigzag scribbles.
Yeah, people always have like a different way to express their feelings, and not only anger.
This year, Becca and Kingston have been selected as one of the 18 finalists competing for a grand cash prize at the Emerging Theater Artists Competition. Despite the difficulties of traveling during the pandemic, they flew all the way from Hong Kong to Wuzhen to pursue their theater dream. They say theater has transformed into an attitude towards life for them.
We have nothing to lose because we are poor, we got nothing, we don't have fame, we don't have skills, or even we really got nothing. But we have a vision, we can be bold, we can be, we like to try new things, we care about our community, we want to change the society in a better way, so through our art.
Wuzhen during the theater festival is like a parallel space existing outside the world. My opportunities to sit down with these performing artists have been very enriching. I think that for the millennials director, playwright, and performers, theater is very personal. From the themes they explore to the stylistic presentations of their work, the commonalities within their pieces reflect their individual struggles. They're snapshots of our lived experiences, a mode of thinking, a way of life, or even the inner energy that propels us through the stubborn difficulties of our everyday life. Our discussions have made me wonder, what would I explore if I were to be in theater? I don't have an answer to that just yet, but their stories have certainly been transforming for me on a very personal level. Now my time here is about to end. I look forward to coming back here once again. Lyne Lin, CGTN.